Assalamu alaikum. I'm audible? पर्पजली पर्सनल मैसेज में व्हाट्सएप में मुझे 2-3 रिक्वेस्ट ऐसी आई है कि केवल इंग्लिश का इस्तेमाल मैं ना करूं और मैं हिंदी गुजराती जो भी अपनी वनरेबल लैंग्वेज है उसका इस्तेमाल करूं, ऐसी रिक्वेस्ट आई थी। और लेटली आपने देखा भी होगा कि मेडिकल कॉलेज का जो एजुकेशन है, मेडिकल स्कूल का, उसको हमारी सरकार ने भी हिंदी में डाला है, बराबर। डबल इंजन सरकार है, तो वो डबल इंजन की वजह से वो ये चाहते हैं कि इंग्लिश के साथ साथ हिंदी में भी सीखो आप। तो सिंस मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द ऑडियंस इज जनरल प्रैक्टिशनर, उनकी कन्वीनियंस के लिए मैं हिंदी, गुजराती एंड इंग्लिश, ये तीन लैंग्वेज का इस्तेमाल करूँगा, है ना। इंसोम्निया यू ऑल नो, हमारे पास जो बीइंग ए साइकियाट्रिस्ट जो पेशेंट्स आते हैं उसमें से 50% ऑफ द पेशेंट्स आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम इंसोम्निया irrespective of the psychiatric disorders. So it is one of the most commonest thing. For you I know insomnia and alprazolam, nothing else, है ना। इसका विकास हुआ होता है एजुकेशन में, और अल्प्राजोलम से आगे बढ़ के एसिटालोपाम या इटिजोलाम समथिंग लाइक इट देते हैं, ताकि आपके पास पेशेंट आएगा तो विदाउट एनी सेकंड थॉट यू जस्ट प्रिस्क्राइब देम अल्प्राजोलम। When you prescribe alprazolam or when you prescribe something else like clonazepam, जैसे मैंने कहा कि विकास जिसका हो गया वो क्लोनाजेपाम भी एडवाइस करता है, तो यू हैव नो आइडिया कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, बराबर। हमारे पास ऑन एन एवरेज वंस इन ए मंथ ऐसा एक आध पेशेंट तो आ ही जाता है जो 20 अल्प्राजोलाम, 25 अल्प्राजोलाम, 100 अल्प्राजोलाम ऐसे लेते होते हैं पेशेंट। बेसिकली जो बेंजोडाइजेपिन्स होती हैं, what they do is they give you lots of problems when you take it on a regular basis. So if person is taking 0.25 or 0.5 alprazolam in the beginning, in a month time, in order to get the same kind of a sleep, he need to take the double dose. This keeps on multiplying. Problems never get solved, because we are not targeting to the problem. We are just targeting to a sleep, that's it. So what my advice is, when you prescribe such kind of a molecule, try to be rational, right? I know it's that difficult, but still, if you see this picture, everyone knows, एक राजकुमारी सोई है खुली छत में, सबको अपनी कॉलेज डेज की याद आ जाएगी। एंड मून हैज अ डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन विथ द स्लीप, सन हैज अ डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन विथ द डे, so this is like one of the pictures I've taken from the textbook. What do you mean by sleep? What is the definition of a sleep? Well, it's a physical and a mental resting state in which person become relatively inactive and unaware of environment. उर्दू में, अरबी में ये कहा गया है कि नींद आधी मौत है, तो ये डेफिनेशन यही बताती है कि नींद आधी मौत है ना। नींद में कई चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो आदमी बोलता है कि मौत के करीब करीब ले जाती है इंसान को। If you go to the normal sleep, it's characterized by a decrease in body temperature, blood pressure, respiration. There is a very unique thing about the sleep, which people doesn't know about it. During a sleep, brains remain as active as in the daytime, which people doesn't know most of the time. Opposite of a sleep, wakefulness. Definition of a wakefulness is, it is a state of awareness in which an individual is conscious of his or her surrounding environment and has an ability to interact with it. So this is the basic difference between sleep and wakefulness. So one is sleep, one is wakefulness. Now we come to the target point, which is called problem. It is insomnia. Now we come to the definition of insomnia. We understand what is sleep, we understand what is wakefulness. Now what do you mean by insomnia? If you consider your life 60 years, which is these days considered to be a normal life, at the most 17 years or 18 years. So in case of a 60 years, 20 years you spend in a sleep. 20 years, 1/3 part of your life you spend in a sleep. So imagine the one who lives with the 60 years and sleep for 20 years. If you don't care about that 20 years, how is going to be life? So बोलते हैं कि अल्लाह की बहुत बड़ी नेमत है स्लीप. वो जिसको नहीं मिलती वो उसके 20 साल तो खराब हो ही जाते हैं ऐसे. तो मैं कई बार ऑब्जर्व करता हूँ, मेरा काम ये है, जो मामा लोग होते हैं ना, तो मजदूरी करते रहते हैं, इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ ए कंडीशन, कड़कड़ की धूप होती है, मतलब आपको समझ में ही नहीं आएगा कि उसमें आदमी खड़ा कैसे रह सकता है. वो धूप में भी वो लोग सो जाते हैं. कई लोग ऐसे हैं हमारे में से, एसी रूम है, खूबसूरत बीवी है बाजू में, या खूबसूरत हस्बैंड है, जो भी बोलो, अच्छा खासा बेडरूम में म्यूजिक चल रहा है, जो भी चाहिए वो हर फैसिलिटीज है, फिर भी नींद नहीं आती. फिर वो हमारे पास आते हैं. एक उसके पीछे लॉजिक ये भी है कि खासकर डॉक्टर्स को बहुत इम्प्लीमेंट करता हूँ मैं, कि इंसान पैसा छोड़, मतलब अपना स्वास्थ्य और हेल्थ और स्लीप छोड़ के पैसों के पीछे भागता है बिगिनिंग में, और एंड में जो पैसा वो कमाया होता है वो छोड़ के अपने हेल्थ के पीछे या स्लीप के पीछे भागता है. तो हमारे पास क्लासिकल ऐसे लोग बहुत आते हैं, सब कुछ है लेकिन नींद नहीं आती, कुछ करो डॉक्टर, ऐसा है. डेली एक आता है, मानो डेली एक आता है. सो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल. मैं ऐसा नहीं बोलता कि कमाना छोड़ दो, लेकिन यू नीड टू बैलेंस योर लाइफ, है ना. ये रात को देर देर तक देखो, अभी जीपी सभी जाएंगे बराबर, सब 11 बजे खत्म करेंगे काम अपना, फिर खाना खाएंगे. एक सिंधी कम्युनिटी है, उनको आप उनकी लाइफस्टाइल देखोगे ना, तो वो 11 साढ़े 11 बजे दुकान बंद करते हैं, फिर पैसा गिनते हैं तो 12 बज जाता है, फिर घर जाते हैं, 2 पेग दारू पीते हैं, फिर खाना खाते हैं ना तुरंत सो जाते हैं 1 बजे 1:30 बजे. तो क्या मतलब हुआ उसकी जिंदगी का? अभी आप 2 पेग दारू पीते हो, फिर खाना खाते हो हेवी, और उसके बाद तुरंत सो जाते हो, तो 40 साल में तो जिंदगी जवाब दे देती है. सो व्हाट आई मीन टू से इज कि यू नीड टू बैलेंस योर लाइफ इन ऑर्डर टू हैव अ प्रॉपर लाइफ. इट्स अ सब्जेक्टिव कंप्लेंट. डिफिकल्टी इन फॉलिंग asleep, difficulty in maintaining a sleep, early morning awakening, or not feeling rested despite of sufficient opportunity to sleep. Last part जो है, which is very important, not feeling rested in spite of having a sufficient opportunity to sleep, है ना. कई लोग ऐसे भी आते हैं जो बोलते रहते हैं कि भाई मुझे सुबह में उठता हूं तो मालूम ही नहीं पड़ता कि मैं रात को सोया. ये कंप्लेन आपके पास भी आती होगी कॉमन. तो हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि भाई वो रात को स्नोर करता है या रात को सोता होता है आराम से, तो उसका वीडियो उसको दिखाओ सुबह में. मोबाइल में आजकल तो वीडियो बन जाती, ताकि उसको रियलाइज हो कि वो सोया था. ये आदमी इतना स्ट्रेस में रहता है कि उसको ये भी नहीं मालूम होता कि वो रात को ठीक से सोया कि नहीं. सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स यू नीड टू लुक इन टू मैटर. दिस इज वन ऑफ द miserable lady who does not having a sleep in the night, So another picture from a textbook. if you ask a simple question to any of your patients, from the simple question you'll come to know what is the personality of a patient. They say, according to textbook, short sleepers are ambitious, extroverted, hyperactive, and long sleepers are depressed, anxious and introverted. So खाली एक क्वेश्चन से आपको उसकी पर्सनालिटी के बारे में मालूम पड़ जाएगा. Insomnia versus sleep deprivation. See, there is a basic difference between insomnia as well as sleep deprivation. Insomnia means that he is having an opportunity but he can't sleep. In case of a deprivation, he is having a sleep, he feels like sleeping but he does not have an opportunity to sleep. This is one of the commonest thing happens with a driver, the one who runs with a long drive, ट्रक लेके चलते रहते हैं एक वीक तक, उनको ये प्रॉब्लम काफी कॉमन रहता है. They want to sleep but they can't sleep because they need to have a target in order to reach their whatever loaded luggage is there in the truck. Another thing, these things, if you go to CBI, if you go to any other police department, they use this thing for interrogation, They don't allow person to get sleep. वो ऐसा कुछ करते हैं कि आदमी को नींद सो ही नहीं सकता. 5 दिन या 6 दिन आदमी को ऐसा रखो आप, उसको नींद आती हो लेकिन सोने ही नहीं दो उसको, 6ठे दिन सब बोल देगा. जो भी बोलना है पुलिस को, जो चाहिए वो सब बोल ही देगा. This is one of the 3rd degree interrogation they call it. In case of an epidemiology, it is one of the most prevalent sleep complaint in general population. In one of the study in 1996, 49% of the adults reported having a sleep problem. 49 को अपने 50 बना देते हैं, यानी 50% भी मान लो ना, है ना? So 50% of the population having a sleep disorder. In case of a 40% adults, they have intermittent insomnia, 10 to 50% are long-term sleep difficulties. In case of a sleep disorders or insomnia, 4.5% fall higher probability of presenting with the depression, which is bread and butter for psychiatrists. Increase the risk of developing depression within 3 to 5 years of onset, loss of work or days of productivity, decreased quality of life. What do you get when you don't have a proper sleep? Or when you have an insomnia, what do you get in a bonus? It's like daytime drowsiness, catnapping, sleep behind the wheel, which is the commonest cause of motor vehicle accidents. जो orthopedics होंगे उनके लिए बहुत important चीज है. रोड एक्सीडेंट्स जो होते हैं, इसका one of the commonest cause is sleep deprivation. Your performance gets deprived when you have a difficulty in falling asleep. You become less alert, you become less attentive, unable to concentrate effectively, mood swings, irritability, erratic behavior. नहीं, कई बार लोग बोलते हैं रात को नींद नहीं हुई है बराबर, रात को दिमाग मत खा, सोने देना चाहिए. तो ये सब कॉमन बातें हैं, लेकिन we don't consider it, when we practice. Why do we need a sleep? अल्लाह ने 60 साल में से 20 साल सोने के लिए निकाले, तो कुछ तो वजह होगी, ऐसे ही तो नहीं बना दिया, है ना? 20 साल हम लोग सोते हैं, सोचो. There has to be a reason, हमारा जो बनाने वाला है वो इतना सुपर पावर्स है उसके पास कि उसको सब मालूम है कि क्या होने वाला है, क्या नहीं होने वाला. तो उसने हमको जब बनाया तो 2-3 चीजें बहुत यूनिक है हमारे बॉडी में. उसमें से एक हार्ट है, एक ब्रेन है, और ये जो नेमत है स्लीप, वो है. Sleep, it's one of the vegetative functions of the body. There are 3 vegetative functions of the body. One is sleep. Next 2 are, anybody? What are the 2-3 vegetative functions? Vegetative functions means that we cannot live without it. If at all we live, it's going to be a miserable life. And these three vegetative functions, one is sleep, rest two are appetite, food, khana. Third, थोड़ा फनी है थर्ड, सेक्स. सेक्स को डिप्राइव करोगे तो उल्टा सीधा निकलेगा दिमाग. ये जो काफी डिसऑर्डर्स दिखते हैं वो सिर्फ डिप्राइवेशन की वजह से होते हैं. So there are three vegetative functions. One is sleep, second is hunger, appetite, and third is sleep. Right? So why do we need a sleep? It's a physiological process. Without sleep or adequate sleep, our bodies would slowly shut down. I give example to my patient, if they have a insomnia, I give them this example. Suppose you have an iPhone, which is costing you around 1,30,000, I believe. 1,10,000-15,000 probably. You have expensive mobile with your hand and the battery is not charged. Is there any use of this mobile? Battery is drained there. There is no use. उससे तो फिर वो 3,000 वाला नोकिया का डिब्बा अच्छा है ना जिसकी बैटरी है. So what I mean is that sleep is our battery. Without battery, our body will not function. Same way it implies to the mobile. So without sleep, our bodies would slowly shut down like a battery. Physical as well as mental repair, memory consolidation, emotional recharge, all things happens during the sleep. Whatever we remember, that is because of sleep. पढ़ाई मेडिकल स्कूल में आपकी जो भी मेडिकल कॉलेज उसमें आप जितनी भी पढ़ाई करते हो, जो भी बाकी जब याद रखते हो तो उस वक्त याद नहीं रह जाती, वो रिस्टोर होती है रात में नींद में, है ना. Just see this and it restores in the night. So if you don't have a proper sleep, nothing will restore in your mind. In case of a sleep deprivation, all mental illness, variety of a mental illness happens. This includes depression as well as psychosis. This is a common sleep cycle archetype. There are two types of sleep in general. One is called REM and one is called non-REM. To begin with, starts with non-REM and it follows by REM. Non-REM means rapid eye and REM means, non-rapid eye and REM means rapid eye. सपनों वाली नींद और सपने बिना की नींद, in general we call it, right? Well, non-REM is again divided into 4 stages and REM is just one particular thing. It doesn't divide into any of the stages. If you sleep 7 to 8 hours in the night continuously, such cycles, 4 to 5 cycles generally happens, which you can see in EEG patterns also. If you divide REM and a non-REM, REM sleep is roughly 25% and non-REM is 75%. Non-REM is 75, REM is 25. And सपने वाली नींद 25% है, सपने बिना की नींद है वो 75% है. REM sleep यानी सपने वाली नींद is called paradoxical sleep also. Because in that particular sleep, your brain activity is similar to the awakened states. So your brain is as active as when you are awake. In case of the REM, there are 2 more things happen which I already mentioned to you. Dreaming takes place and penile erections, irregular breathing, body temperature, your heart rate, your BP, everything generally goes up rather than going down. This is a classical pattern of sleep. This is a place where person is awake, going to bed, that is goes to the second stage. The 4th stage of non-REM. 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth is REM. You remember REM has a 4 stage, and non-REM is a 4 stage, and REM is just 1 stage. So if person goes into non-REM, that is a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, then it goes to the REM. In case of a stage 1, it's an interim between consciousness and sleep, right? When it moves to the stage 2, after 5 to 15 minutes, heart rate slows, brain goes less work, complicated tasks. And after another 15 minutes, go to the stage 15. After that 15 minutes, 15, then 15, and 30 minutes later, body makes repair. One of the most important things. जो damage हुआ होता है ना emotionally, every day we get damaged emotionally by our colleagues and by our patients and by our families and by governments and whatever you call it, these days. So whatever damage it happens into repair happens into the stage 3 of non-REM. In case of when it goes to the stage 4, body temperature and BP decreases. This is the only stage where your physiological process goes down. Then you go to the REM directly, and then the movement, heart rate, breathing, temperature and all increases because of your dreaming and all.
Is it true that we always wake up in a REM state?
Generally, yes. Because this chart will show this, To begin with, the bigger gap is non-REM, then REM. So REM will remain the same. The non-REM time duration, first 90 minutes, then 80 minutes, then maybe 60 minutes or 50 minutes, and then 40 minutes, like that, So as night progresses, the time duration of non-REM will decrease and REM will come statically, something like that. So to begin with non-REM, then again non-REM, then REM. So in morning generally we wake up by REM sleep only. Clear?
All nightmares occur in REM sleep.
100%. Never happens in non-REM.
Still you don't remember. Still we do not remember all the things. Still our brain is active.
Brain is very active, like
Still we
wakeful.
don't remember all the things.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It depends what kind of dream it is.
95% of the cases, within 5 minutes of waking up, you forget everything. Unless and until both.
There is an analysis by Sigmund Freud of a dream analysis. The moment you tell him that this kind of a dream, it's a myth, when you see a snake in your dream, it's a sign of a sex. When you see what you call apple, then your health is going to get damaged. This is all myth. I don't know how far it is true. And there are many more, many more. Snake and bichu and blah blah blah, all those things. So it has been clearly mentioned that REM sleep is associated with the dreaming, and 80 to 90% of the subjects, if awakened, recall, dream, a person is actively paralyzed and dreaming. In case of a non-REM, stage 3 and 4, which is major portion, restores upon as well as whatever damage happens is repaired. It is called delta sleep also. Well, in case of neurochemistries, there are 3 main neurotransmitters involved in sleep. You all know serotonin, norepinephrine, and GABA. Well, everybody has a different role to promote. Norepinephrine, histamine, and acetylcholine promote wakefulness. Very unusual. People doesn't know much that norepinephrine, histamine, and acetylcholine promote wakefulness. Here they mention forget to mention dopamine also. because dopamine also does the same thing. GABA promotes the sedation and sleep, and serotonin modulates sleep. Most important, melatonin. Anybody having any idea what melatonin is? What melatonin is actually? Pineal gland, yes. It's a hormone of darkness. Because of melatonin, people say your dark room should be dark. In fact, some scientists have been telling that when you suppose go to the washroom in the middle of a night, don't put on light also for the washroom, because it's a very shy kind of a hormone, very shy. The moment you see the friction of a light, the level goes down. And classically, the level start gaining after Maghrib and reach to the peak level immediately after Isha. Maybe half an hour or 1 hour after Isha. It reaches to the peak level. And then it reaches up to 11:30 to the stagnant level, then it goes down gradually. And it never secretes during the daytime. Never ever secretes during the daytime. Classically. So this is the reason that they say that you don't have to do night job in a very regular basis. If you do night job on a regular basis, this hormone gets disturbed and you have a lots of skin as well, as because this melatonin is responsible for your skin also. So skin problem as well as your sleep architect also. These days melatonin is available in the market. You are aware of it? Melatonin is OTP product in USA also. It's freely available in the market. GABA is the main thing which is responsible for sleep. And of course melatonin. It's secreted from the pineal gland, integrally feedback to the suprachiasmatic nucleus of hypothalamus, high levels secrete prior to sleep and levels low during wakefulness.
What are the indications of melatonin? Can it be used instead of in place of sedatives?
No. These pharma companies, they're promoting like this, but you cannot use melatonin like that. Melatonin never induces sleep, you see.
Over the counter it is available?
It is available, but it does not induce sleep. It just maintains the sleep. So if you take it maybe say 1 month, or maybe 15 days, your sleep architect will remain normal. It's like आपकी language में बोले तो Montelukast जैसा काम करता है. Montelukast if you give it doesn't work like anti-allergic, right? If you give it for 15 days or so, then it works as something like that. But this company, they promote like that only. They promote insomnia में काम करेगा. But it doesn't work like that. It's like काम करना. What are the commonest causes of insomnia? There are two divisions. One is a medical condition and one is a psychiatric condition. In case of a medical condition, then a factor is asthma, COPD, cancer, chronic pain, dementia, Parkinson, and pregnancies, right? In case of a psychiatric disorder, each and every psychiatric disorder having an insomnia. You have to find a disease or disorders in a psychiatric which does not have insomnia. So it's like, by default it is there only, in a psychiatric disease, right? Only one condition which I need to tell you, there's something called atypical depression. Atypical depression means opposite of a vegetative functions. Generally what happens in case of a depression, people eat less, sleep less and having sex less. Well, in case of an atypical depression, which is again very rare condition, patient sleeps more, eats more and have a sex more, something like that. Which is very, very rare, again I am telling you, but it is there. I have seen many patients like that. In case of a situational work stress, financial stress, interpersonal conflicts, major life events. Work stress, we all know, we've been working very stressful life these days. फाइनेंशियल स्पेस, स्टॉक मार्केट, क्रिप्टो करेंसीज, देन हमारे जो मुस्लिम्स में पोंजी स्कीम्स होती हैं, यू नो, which is very common in our community. So these are all leads to financial strains, right? Interpersonal conflicts, major life events, right? In case of medications, the commonest medicine which interfere with sleep cycle is SSRIs. एसिटालोफाम आप जो चने भुमरे की तरह यूज करते हो, अगर आप फ्लोक्सेटिन दोगे किसी को, प्रोजेक्ट जो बोलते हैं, तो उसकी स्लीप डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगी. सो पीपल जनरली थिंक के साइकेट्रिक दवाई है तो नींद आएगी, लेकिन उससे उल्टा होता है. हाँ वो तो है ही ना. लेकिन जनरली व्हेन यू गिव अलोन एसिटालोफाम, फ्लोक्सेटिन, इस तरह की दवाइयाँ, तो दे इंटरफियर विद द स्लीप. बुप्रोपियोन आपके काम की बहुत चीज नहीं है. कैल्शियम चैनल ब्लोकर्स अगेन आपके काम की, डीकंजेस्टेंट, एपेटाइट सप्रेशन, थियोफाइलिन, corticosteroid, diuretics, which are polio babies, they all interfere with the sleep. Exercise helps and promotes sleep. However, do not exercise shortly before bedtime. सब समझ तो गए होंगे, कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है मुझे. फूड एंड बेवरेजेस, कई बेवकूफ लोग हमारे पास आते हैं, बोलते चाय पीता हूँ तो ही नींद आती है. ऐसा सुना है कि नहीं? कई लोगों से सुन ले गए हो उनकी बात. बराबर, उनको फिर आर्ग्यूमेंट करके क्या करना है उन लोगों से. The biggest challenge is to live with idiots, you know. ऐसा है. अल्लाह ने हमें अपनी अक्ल दे दी कि इडियट्स के साथ रहने में फिर वो इरिटेशन हो जाता है. तो अगर कोई बोलता है कि मैं चाय पीता हूँ तो ही नींद आती है, पड़ेगी खाता हूँ तो ही नींद आती है, तो साथ सुन लेने, हाँ भाई बराबर है, उससे आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं करता. ऐसा है ना. पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन चीज है, फिर भी वो बोलते हैं, तो क्या करने का उनके बाद. So caffeine consumption, eating solely prior to bedtime, poor sleep environment, nocturnia due to various medical conditions all leads to insomnia. If you divide sleep into other categories, like there are three main in a history taking we need to see points. One is difficulty in falling asleep, second one is difficulty in maintaining a sleep, and third is an अर्ली मॉर्निंग अवेकनिंग. ये तीन अलग अलग चीज अलग अलग कंडीशंस में होती हैं, और एक चौथी लास्ट है जो कंबाइन है, साथ मिलाते हैं. Again, it divided into three other categories for transient, short term and a long term. In case of less than 3 days, it is transient. More than 3 days to maybe 3 weeks, it is short term, and more than 3 weeks, it is chronic or a long-lasting insomnia. 44% of this yellow part is all psychiatric disorders. 44% of the patients who are suffering from insomnia, they have psychiatric problems. बाकी जो 56 है उसमें सब आ जाते हैं. ट्रीटमेंट आया हो. और this CM is sponsored by a company called Ismail, which is a Japanese company, and they are pioneers in psychiatric products. One of the research products is Day Vigo, which is recently they have launched, and to be very honest, it's like a magical product, you know, and very safe. Not like any other benzodiazepine products, which when you use it, the problem is kind of an addiction.
You're non-addictive.
Completely non-addictive. So, benzodiazepines, then hypnotics, then rest of the products, all are very addictive, and at the same time rebound phenomenons and वो बोलते हैं ना सिर heavy हो जाना and all these things, this is will never happen with Devigo. I will not go major detail into this because I know it's going to be very boring for you, and I'll just give a brief overview about this product, what this is all about. It works on an orexin, very unique product. It works on an orexin. Orexin A binds orexin 1R and orexin 2R1. Orexin B binds orexin 2R1 only. So activation of these both ultimately responsible state of wakefulness. So dual orexin receptors antagonist, that is thought to be treat insomnia by blocking orexin signals in the brain that are believed to play a role in wakefulness. What uniquely it works is, generally if you go to any traditional benzodiazepines or hypnotic agents, they induce sleep. This will not induce sleep properly, but this will maintain your sleep as well as it will suppress wakeful centers, So you'll have a long sleep, and a peaceful sleep. Yeah, this explains in a proper way. The name of this molecule, generic name is Riboxan, and trade name is Vigo. It's basically works on an orexin tone rather than working on the sleep centers. It works more on wake centers. So when you have insomnia, the wake centers are majorly disturbed. When you take this particular medicine, the wake centers are become inactive and they induce sleep in a long run, So orexin, where it works on orexin. So orexin neuropeptides promote wakefulness, insomnia, wake centers are overactive and orexin tone is likely to elevate. This particular molecule blocks influence of a likely overactive orexin systems. So this way it works in maintaining a sleep for a very, very long time. There are many clinical trials and all these things which I am not going to go detail into that.
Any drug interaction?
Not so far. There are 3 studies which will work on physical dependence, withdrawal, which you all are interested in, physical dependence, withdrawal, rebound insomnia, in case of Devigo treatment, right? So they have concluded these all studies. I'll just go through one of the things is postural studies, Another one is after taking this molecule, how is your driving, these studies. कंक्लूजन वाले स्लाइड नहीं है इसको, मेरे को आप भेजी थी, उसमें थी कंक्लूजन, ये जो जितनी भी स्टडीज हैं उसकी कंक्लूजन वाली एक स्लाइड थी. है ना?
आपको मैंने जो भेजा उसमें सर
मैंने जो आपको भेजा, आपने मुझे जो भेजा
उसमें था
कंक्लूजन वाला,
मेरा आईडी आपको भेजा था उसमें 100% हर एक स्टडी थी, उसका एक कंक्लूजन की एक स्लाइड तो स्टडी का ये था ना ये जो स्लाइड दोस्त ये वाली ये एक ही इसमें कैंसर भी है ये थी ना उसमें नहीं सर देखिए तो टाइम हो गया पोस्चरल स्टेबिलिटी या बस यही मैं ठीक है ऑलराइट.
So if you see conclusion of a postural stability after taking this particular molecule, the nighttime dosing of this particular molecule 5 to 10 milligram, 5 or 10 milligram depending on the person's need. There was no meaningful difference were observed between the Deviago 5 and 10 milligram placebo morning awakening. So postural stability is one of the, when you give alprazolam, specifically clonazepam, you have any idea clonazepam ki half-life kitni hai? Anybody? Which you've been using like bread and butter or chane mamre ki tarah use karte ho, any idea clonazepam ki half-life kitni hai? 90 hours. 90 hours की clonazepam की half-life. So shortest acting benzodiazepine oxazepam, जिसकी 6 to 8 hours की हाफ लाइफ. बाकी जितनी भी बेंजोडाइजिपिन से, और ये जो डाइजिपाम जो वेलियम करके एक आती थी अभी भी मिलती है वैसे, वो उसकी हाफ लाइफ कितनी है मालूम? 120 आवर्स. यानी एक टेबलेट आपने 5 मिलीग्राम की ली बराबर है, तो इतना घंटे तक वो आपके बॉडी में मिलती है, वो हाँ करती रहती है. 120 आवर्स. अल्प्रेक्स का 40-50 आवर्स है, कम तो नहीं है अल्प्रेक्स का. लेकिन अल्प्रेक्स का क्या है मालूम है? वन ऑफ द यूनिक थिंग अबाउट अल्प्रेक्स, वो जो इंड्यूस करती है ना स्लीप, नथिंग, नो अदर बेंजोडाइजेपिन्स कैन डू. दिस इज द रीजन जीपीज हैव बीन प्रिस्क्राइबिंग. खाया आधे घंटे में नींद आ जाती है, और बाकी क्या होता है आप जानो, है ना? ઊંધા પરો કે સીધા પરો જેવા તમારા નસીબ, સમથિંગ લાઈક ધેટ.
common age group of an insomnia patient.
कॉमन एज इज ओल्ड एज.
Old age. जब इंसान जिंदगी को समझ जाता है उसके बाद
कहाँ समझता है?
समझना नहीं होगा.
तो स्पिरिचुअल है.
एपिडेमियोलॉजी चेंज हो रही होगी ना, मोबाइल का जमाना है.
हाँ, वही.
अच्छा ये मतलब एक्सेसिव यूज ऑफ
स्क्रीन टाइम ये बोलते हैं. दिस डेज द स्टडी इज दैट देयर योर स्क्रीन टाइम, द मोर योर स्क्रीन टाइम द मोर यू हैव अ प्रॉब्लम.
गेट अप हो जाते हैं.
हाँ वही. वो मोबाइल में मोड भी आता है ना आजकल, तो हर मोबाइल में नाइट मोड आता है. आई डोंट नो वेदर इट्स वर्किंग और नॉट, और हमारी कुछ तसल्ली के लिए.
प्रैक्टिकली म्यूजिक डज इंड्यूस स्लीप.
यस, डिपेंड ऑन द म्यूजिक अगेन, किस तरह का म्यूजिक है। अमेरिका ने इस तरह के वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में इस तरह की थेरापीज बहुत चलती हैं, म्यूजिक थेरापी ने, फ्लेवर थेरापी ने, नेचुरल थेरापी ने, ये थेरापी ने, वो थेरापी ने। लोगों के पास पैसा है लेकिन पैसा कहाँ डालना हो समझ में नहीं आता। मैंने बोला ना, तो इस तरह की थेरापीज करते रहते हैं, है ना, ऐसा है। क्योंकि एक एज के बाद यू हैव लॉट्स ऑफ मनी पर यू डोंट गेट ए स्लीप, तो करोगे क्या, नींद ही नहीं आएगी। तो देन यू स्पेंड लाइक दिस, है ना। मसाज करवाते हैं लोग नींद आने के लिए, मालूम है कि नहीं, ऐसा।
एक रेटिकुलर एक्टिवेटिंग सिस्टम है, रॉड्स एंड कोन्स है, में क्या होता है, आरएस कट ऑफ हो जाता है। मेलाटोनिन का उसमें फिर किस तरीके से,
नो आइडिया, वो मेलेटोनिन का उसका पर्टिकुलर रोल उसमें क्या होने वाला।
क्योंकि सनसेट सनराइज से हम लोग उसी से सेंसिटिव होते हैं।
पर ये कंफर्म है कि मेलेटोनिन ओनली एंड ओनली डार्कनेस में ही ये होता है। तो ये बोलते हैं ना कि वो थोड़ा लाइट, डीम लाइट नहीं रखते, नाइट लैम्प वगैरह, वो भी नहीं रखना चाहिए आइडियली। और इनफैक्ट दे सेज अप टू द लेवल के व्हेन यू गो टू वॉशरूम तब भी आप लाइट चालू, मिनिमम लाइट में काम चलाओ, ऐसा। हाँ, वो अगर एक बार वो उसका लेवल डाउन हो जाता है, जब उसका लेवल डाउन होगा तो फिर मुश्किल और बढ़ने वाली है, ऐसा। Yes, 5 minutes. After this, there we go, did not cause statistically significant impairment in your morning driving performance or health volunteer versus those taking placebos, you know. So this is one of the most important thing in a Western country. India में तो कोई इतना ध्यान नहीं देता, लेकिन your driving performance is very very important thing after day we go.
Any study associated with OSA?
किसके साथ?
Obstructive
नहीं, वो तो मुझे मालूम नहीं, होना चाहिए आई गेस, पर मुझे आइडिया नहीं है। See, for your physician's purpose, the respiratory safety is there. I mean, the one who's been taking alcohol, it can be taken with alcohol also. Drug abuse potential बिल्कुल minimum है, you know. Drug interaction is minimum. This is very technical. CYP3A, you know. मेरी समझ में इतना नहीं आता है, ये आपकी समझ में ज़्यादा आएगा ये। Another thing is, in case of a hepatic impairment, I must tell you this, all benzodiazepines are hepatotoxic, you know this? All benzodiazepines. So, when you have a patient with alcohol dependence, you know, when liver is damaged, we have a very difficult time to treat him. Because whatever benzodiazepines we give, it ultimately metabolizes in liver. When liver is damaged, things never get metabolized. Or a person become very violent, person become very miserable to treat, you know. So when you have a patient with insomnia, especially in alcohol withdrawal, and you want to treat him, you have a very, very limited choice. Classically with this patient, I mean this particular molecule, you know, generally when we give benzodiazepine, we advise them to take 1 to 1.5 hours prior to going bed. But this particular molecule you need to give immediately before you go to bed. You know, because what it does is it maintains your sleep rather than giving you a proper sleep, you know. So you need to take immediately before going to bed. Start with a 5 milligram and jump into the 10 milligram. Sorry?
Duration to get the result is
Same day, day 1.
until your sleep cycle sets for
Yeah, but result you get from day 1. You don't.
day one, but the drug withdrawal and no insomnia.
Yes, generally. वो मुझे वो बेचो वाला दे दो थोड़ा, पुराना वाला जो था ना, हाँ ये वाला। क्या हुआ नहीं हुआ?
कौन सी वाली स्लाइड में जाना है?
ज़ूम क्यों? सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा मुझे।
Give me 1 minute, sir.
तो गड़बड़ भी सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा है ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे, है ना?
प्रोसेस निकाल दिया है, लेकिन मेल का है मेरे पास में।
ठीक है, आई मीन मेरे को लगता है पक गए होंगे, है ना? ज़्यादा कुछ लोग तो जाने वो सपोर्ट नहीं हो रहा उसको, ये पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड्स को। Anybody having any questions? This session is open for question and answer. Any questions?
So, રેકોર્ડ કરી છે આપણે ફેસબુક પર લાઈવ છે ઉપર મૂકી દઈશું પેલું નથી આવ્યું છે જોઈ શકશે લેટર પોસ્ટ દિવાળી ઈચ્છા લાગી સીન ટ્રાય
मैं